Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel today. We're unpacking one of the biggest myths in modern dating, the idea that women only care about men with money. It's a belief that's been repeated so often, it almost feels like a fact. But here's the truth. While financial stability does matter, it's far from the only or most important factor that captures a woman's heart. In reality, women are drawn both biologically and psychologically to traits that go much deeper than dollars. Traits that signal security, confidence, direction, and emotional strength. And the best part, these qualities are fully within your control to develop. No matter where you're starting from, in today's video, we're breaking down 6 powerful traits women secretly value more than money. These aren't tricks or shallow gimmicks. They're genuine, grounded qualities that reflect inner strength and real personal growth. If you've ever wondered why some men effortlessly attract incredible women without flashing wealth or status, this video will give you the answers. Stick around until the end, because understanding these 6 traits could completely transform the way you see yourself and the way women see you. Let's dive in. Trait number 1, high value presence, biological attractiveness. There's a certain kind of man who doesn't need to speak loudly to be noticed. He walks into a room and something shifts. Not because of flashy, one calm composure, aka tranquil confidence, clothes or loud talk, but because of something deeper. His presence speaks before he does, and women feel it before they can explain it. It's not just physical attraction, it's biological recognition at her core. A woman is wired to seek out what feels safe, strong and steady. Evolution shaped that instinct. A drive to find someone who can protect, provide and lead when a man carries himself with quiet strength, clear purpose and self-respect. Without chasing approval, he becomes biologically magnetic. He doesn't need to be the loudest or richest man in the room, but he does need to command respect. Especially from other men, that's where value starts, because when you're seen as competent, grounded, and self-possessed, you signal something primal that you can lead, that you're unshaken by chaos, that you're reliable in a storm. That's what draws her in often, before she knows why it might be your posture, your calm tone, how you hold your ground when others try to rattle you. These things speak louder than compliments, louder than clever lines. A high-value presence doesn't chase it, attracts it, reaches something ancient in her. There's a reason some men are remembered long after they've left the room. They didn't demand attention. They earned it not through noise, but through stability. Not through charm, but through presence in a world full of loud distractions. A man with quiet strength becomes rare, and what's rare becomes valuable. So remember this simple truth. Be someone she can feel, even in silence, when you embody composure, direction, and earned respect. You don't need to impress, you simply are, and that kind of presence, no woman forgets it. Trait number 2, sociability and social proof, influence in the tribe. There's something, naturally, to purpose-driven life mission. Attractive about a man who moves effortlessly through a room. He doesn't dominate conversations, he doesn't try too hard, and yet people gather around him. They laugh more, listen more, not because he's performing, but because he's present. He reads the room, listens well, speaks with ease, and adapts quickly. Even if a woman can't explain why she's drawn to him, something in her instinct says, this man is safe, trustworthy, respected. Sociability isn't about being the loudest or most extroverted. It's about being emotionally intelligent in social settings. A man who connects easily with others signals that he belongs, and women are wired to notice that. Because in an ancestral sense, the man accepted by his tribe is more than likable. He's trusted, he's been socially vetted, he's someone others follow, laugh with, and lean on. That matters more than looks or lines. When a woman sees you're respected and welcomed by others, it tells her something deeper, that you have influence, that you know how to navigate life, that others value your presence, and they do so for a reason. That's powerful social proof. It answers a key question she may not even realize. She's asking if I trust him, will I be safe, understood, and valued? A man with strong social ties answers that without saying a word. But here's the key. This kind of presence isn't built on charm. It's built on real communication. It's how you ask meaningful questions, how you remember names, how you make people feel seen. It's the confidence to lead without demanding credit, and the humility to follow when it's someone else's. Trait number 2, continued sociability and social proof. Humour, quick wit, and trust. Humour matters, but it isn't the rehearsed punchline. It's the quick wit that shows you're fully present and alive to the room's energy. You don't have to be the life of every party if you build genuine 3. Consistent virtue over flashy gestures. Friendships nurture your circle and show up consistently. People naturally trust you when a woman sees that. She doesn't just notice you. She believes in you, and belief sparks curiosity, the first step towards something deeper. Trait number 3, self-confidence. Internal power and trust. Long before you say a word, a woman can sense your center. It's in the way you enter a room, the steadiness of your gaze, the absence of any need for approval. That presence isn't arrogance, it's inner alignment, and nothing is more magnetic than a man who trusts himself. First, confidence isn't volume or bravado, it's calm in a storm. She feels it when your voice is even, your choice is clear, and you listen before you speak. Real confidence offers safety, physical and emotional, around an unshakable man. A woman can finally relax. How do you build it? Start small. Set promises to yourself and keep them. Choose responses over reactions. Learn to enjoy your own company. Emotional independence doesn't mean detachment. It means you're whole before anyone arrives. When you live that truth, she feels it. No explanation needed. Trait number 4, leadership, direction, and decisiveness. Every relationship has a rhythm when a man leads with quiet certainty. The rhythm flows when he hesitates. It stumbles. Leadership in love isn't control, it's direction. It lets a woman drop her guard and rest in her femininity. She doesn't need someone to take over her life. She needs a teammate who knows where he's going and isn't afraid to bring her along. It shows in small moments, choosing a restaurant without, you pick planning a date, addressing a shift in her mood instead of ignoring it. Real leadership is daily, assertive and steady, adjusting when necessary to improve, not to appease if you waver. She feels the space because 4, emotional self-mastery, not suppression. Someone has to. If you lead with calm conviction, she leans in because she finally feels safe. Safety isn't words, it's consistent. Action under pressure. Trait number 5, purpose, life mission, and long-term vision. There's a special pull around a man driven by a clear mission. It's not the money he makes or the partners he attracts. It's the why that powers him out of bed. Each morning, stay tuned, we'll dive deep into purpose. Plus, the final trait in the next segment, trait number 5, purpose, a life mission that goes beyond the moment. There's something deeply magnetic about a man who's living for more than just fleeting pleasure. Women are drawn to this often, without even knowing why. It's the depth, the direction, and the quiet conviction that life is meant to matter. A man with purpose doesn't just exist. He stands out. He's not drifting through time. He's carving his place in the world. Every move, every word, every decision carries weight because it's grounded in vision. Whether he's navigating a setback or speaking about his dreams, there's an energy about him that feels intentional, driven, and alive. But here's the truth. It's not enough to just want something. Purpose requires clarity. A man without direction often falls into distraction and discontent. But when a man defines a mission bigger than himself, whether it's building something lasting, impacting others, or becoming the best version of himself, he becomes a force. Building that kind of purpose starts by asking the hard questions. What do I want my life to stand for? What do I want to leave behind? Those answers shape your long-term goals. They give meaning to your effort, even when it's uncomfortable, because comfort never changed the world. Purpose does. When a man moves with intention, people follow, and women they don't just admire. 5, reliable presence in chaos. Him, they trust him. Purpose isn't a checklist of goals. It's the soul of a man who's willing to sacrifice for something greater than himself. And that's the kind of man who stays in her mind long after he's left the room. Trait number 6, emotional stability, calm, control, and inner strength in a chaotic world. Calm is rare and incredibly attractive. A man who can stay composed under pressure doesn't just stand out. He creates safety, and for women, that safety isn't a luxury. It's a requirement. Emotional stability isn't about suppressing feelings or staying quiet in an argument. It's about having the maturity to manage your reactions, communicate with clarity, and stay grounded when things get hard. It means you don't lash out, shut down, or blame. You respond instead of reacting. This steady presence creates a space where others feel seen and understood, even in the middle of conflict. And that's where real connection begins. Building this kind of emotional strength takes practice. It starts with self-awareness. Learning to pause before speaking, to reflect. Before acting, practices like mindfulness or even Stoicism help you navigate challenges with clarity, not chaos. But most of all, it takes consistency. Emotional stability isn't a single decision. It's a daily discipline. It's how you show up in the small, quiet moments, how you handle disappointment, how you process anger, how you bounce back from setbacks. Women crave connection, but they also crave reliability. They need to know that when life gets unpredictable, you remain unshaken, because when a man is emotionally grounded, he becomes her anchor, not someone she has to manage, but someone she can lean on. And that creates the kind of trust where love can actually grow, the strategy of self-improvement, becoming the kind of man who attracts the right kind of love. At the core of all these traits: presence, confidence, purpose, leadership, and 6, growth through adversity. Stability is one simple truth. Self-improvement isn't optional. Its essential attraction isn't built on looks alone, not on clothes, status, or surface charm. It's built on substance. A man who invests in himself, who keeps growing, evolving, and living with purpose, doesn't chase, he attracts. And that's the strategy that changes everything. Becoming a high-value man, what truly sets you apart. Style, grooming, and charm can get attention, but they're surface level. Real attraction begins beneath all that. It's built on what you've developed within the foundation of becoming a high-value man. Isn't about chasing perfection. It's about evolution, becoming the strongest, most authentic version of yourself. And that journey starts with cultivating traits that reflect your independence, discipline, and confidence. Financial stability, power through responsibility. Improving your finances isn't about flexing wealth, it's about freedom. The ability to create stability in your own life shows you're capable, reliable, and grounded. Financial independence communicates one thing clearly: you can handle life. Women are naturally drawn to men who can navigate challenges with confidence, not just talk about success, but live it practically and responsibly. Physical fitness discipline. In motion, fitness isn't just about looking good. It's a daily declaration that you value your health, your discipline, and your energy. A strong, healthy body communicates that you respect yourself, and that confidence radiates outward. It's not about having the perfect physique, it's about proving through action that you can show up consistently for yourself. Style and grooming how you present yourself. Matters looking sharp doesn't mean becoming a fashion guru. It means Stoic exercises. You can start today presenting yourself with intent, clean grooming, and a well-considered style. Say a lot without saying a word. They show self-awareness, discipline, and a sense of direction. And yes, women notice communication. The most underrated superpower. You can have everything, but if you can't communicate, you'll constantly fall short. Being able to express your thoughts, listen attentively, and engage in meaningful conversation sets you apart more than status ever could when a man can listen to understand. Not just to reply, he creates emotional connection. That's what deep attraction is built on. Leadership initiative with integrity. Leadership isn't just about titles or managing teams, it's about how you move through life. Women are drawn to men who take initiative, who lead conversations, make decisions, and bring clarity. Not with dominance, but with direction. When you lead with strength, kindness, and intention, you become rapid-fire recap and next steps. Someone others feel safe following and inspired to grow beside the truth about attraction. Forget the myth that women only care about money or looks. That's outdated. What truly draws a woman in is something deeper, more primal, confidence without arrogance, direction without control, presence without neediness. These aren't gifts. You're born with their skills. You build through self-discipline, through discomfort, through commitment to your own evolution. Real growth equals real attraction. You don't need a perfect jawline or a luxury lifestyle to be magnetic. What you need is presence, purpose, emotional maturity, consistency. A high-value man commands respect without ever needing to ask for it. And in a world full of noise, that kind of quiet strength is unforgettable. Final thoughts. Improvement takes time, but every step makes you more grounded, more trusted, and more desired. Now I want to hear from you. What's one trait you're working on right now, and how has it impacted your relationships? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone. And if this message gave you a new perspective, make